Hey guys, it's me, LT, and I'm back again today. Today is Tackle Tuesday. That's right. Now, if you're new to my channel, check out some of my other videos. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Now, I'm not going to be able to do this every week, but I am going to try to do this at least once a month, maybe twice a month. Definitely once a month for sure. We'll see how it goes. Tackle Tuesday, at least once a month. Now today, Tackle Tuesday, I want to talk about your lead-weighted type of lures. Now recently, I made this wonderful mistake while fishing at the bank at a local pond that has these huge rocks around the pond, and I smacked the side of this spinnerbait against the rock. Hopefully you can see in the camera what I've done to the head of this spinnerbait. So I have a bad habit of underhand casting, as you noticed a while back. I knocked my GoPro in the water. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link up here. Kind of corny crazy. Some people say it was set up. Hey, it is what it is. Believe whatever you want to believe, think whatever you want to think. I'm very bad at casting underhand like that. Just an old habit of mine. Well, so if you haven't checked out that video, like I said, I'll leave a link up here so you can see where I knocked my GoPro stand in the water at the time. Yeah, I don't carry my GoPro around like that anymore. It's actually on a tripod when I'm using a GoPro, and I make quite a bit of distance away from my cameras. But casting underhand with this spinnerbait, as you can see, I knocked the crap out of the head of that. While my first intention and thought was just to throw it away. Then I got to thinking, hey you dummy, that's parts you can use. Well, so I threw it down. Not a big deal. A couple weeks later, I'm throwing a ChatterBait. Same freaking pond, same freaking rock. You'd think I'd have learned my lesson, but I didn't. And I smacked the freaking head of the ChatterBait right up against the rock. And this is what it did. I'm going to show you the original clean side. Then this is the side that got hit by a rock. And of course, once again, I thought, throw it away, who cares? I'll just get another one. Then I thought, you dummy, that's freaking parts you could be using. So, I come back home. As you can tell, I've taken the skirt and the blade off of here. Now, I have a black and blue replacement skirt. Very easy to reuse. You'll see it has a little eyelet right here that you could take, and I'm going to use this beat up ChatterBait as an example, but you could take your old skirt off of any other ChatterBait. All you have to do is run it right through that hole, and it runs right up there, and it slides right over. Then you've got you a skirt. Okay? So you saved yourself a skirt. Alright, so you have a skirt, right? Well, all I can find right here beside me right now is just a football head jig, okay? But you can take that skirt and flip it right on through, if I can get it started. Weed guard's trying to be in a pain. I don't want to mess up my weed guard. Then all you have to do is take it, your other jig, flip it right through. I'm not going to push it all the way up on there. You kind of get the point. Then you have a freaking skirt on a jig. Well, here's another tip for you also that I did, and I'm not going to put this on one, but I pulled the blade. All that blade does on this one is connect to this, on this style blade, is connect to this back hole right here. So, if you have another Arky head jig or a jig that has an eyelet like this, all you need to do is the same way I took this off. Just take your pair of pliers, bend that eyelet out, slide your eyelet, your blade in, and then turn it back and bend it. Then you've got you a new ChatterBait blade. So if you've got an arky head jig that you hardly ever use, or you want to make, you really want to ChatterBait that day, if you really need a vibrating jig or ChatterBait that day, that's all you have to do if you have something that's damaged or tore up like this, is yank the skirt off of it, grab your pliers, bend that around, yank your blade off of it, throw that away, or throw it in the boat, throw it in the bag, whatever for the time being. Throw your skirt on your new arky head, slide it up on there, boom, it's on there, you're good to go. Put your jig on the end of your arky head, and you're set. Tie that sucker on, you're good to go. Now, here's another thing. I'm going to go back to this spinnerbait. I'd already done the arky head jig, so I'm actually going to show you the spinnerbait. So I'm going to flip this around right here. I do my best to show you again. Same deal. Casted it against a rock. Look at the head on this side. Good and smooth and brand new. But the other side's all jacked up because I slammed that thing casting underhand into a rock. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, LT, maybe you shouldn't cast underhand. It's the way I do. And it's just an old habit. I don't know if I can break that. So, since I jacked up the head on that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jack these two blades. I want these two blades. I might try to get this skirt off here. This skirt's really not in that great condition. But if the skirt's in good condition, you can yank the skirt off. Not a big deal. Anybody knows how to slide those off. If you don't, take two fingers right behind the jig head here. Most of them, if they're not completely tied, this one's tied, so I'm not going to be able to slide it off because it's copper wire tied. If they're not wire tied, and they just have the band, all you have to do is put a little bit of pressure and slide them off, and they'll slide straight down your hook. I'm going to cut this fluorocarbon line that's left off of here with my cutters that I've got on my Cast King lanyard here. That's handy to have. Right there. Done deal. Now, two things I want to do. Whoops, I didn't get it all. A little bitty piece here. There we go. Alright, two things I want to do. I want this wire, because I may use this wire for something else. I want these blades, because I will use these blades. Maybe I need a replacement blade on a spinnerbait, because one's wore out. Maybe I want to modify a jig with a blade on it. There's many things it could be used for. So I don't really want to tear up this wire. So first thing I'm going to do is slide this down so all this right here gets out of the way. Okay? Had to find my pliers. Second thing I'm going to do, this thing's ruined, so this doesn't really matter. You're not going to ruin the end of this wire, but all you have to do is just bend that out. I don't know if you can see this or not. Hopefully you can. And voila, look at there. Okay? Well, LT, what about the other blade? Hold on. Calm down. Got you covered. Now, take your pliers. You can cut it. And actually, I'm going to cut it. Oh, no, I'm not going to cut it. That's pretty heavy gauge wire. Not with these little flimsy pliers. If you've got some decent cutters or pliers handy, you can cut that. I don't right handy, so I'm just going to straighten it. Take your little ball bearing, I'm going to set it over there. Notice right here, here's your little sleeve. It's going to be a little difficult to get off because it's crooked. That slid off. Okay. Your little ball bearing. Take it. Probably can't see it in my fingers because it's so small. Slide it off. I've set it down over here. Then your blade, which this one might be a little bit of a pain. Here's your trick. This little piece right here, see how I'm caught? My fingers are too big, so I'm going to try to use my pliers. all you gotta do is grab you a pair of pliers and squeeze that in, and bam, it just came loose. But there, you have your blade off, okay? So now you have your blades off. Excuse me, I'm sorry. This cup I got from Casting keeps my water good and cold. I needed a drink of water. Good deal. Anyhow, you have your two blades now. Well, here's a little trick I'll share with you that not many will. On a bluebird sky day and it's bright and sunny, if it's the time of the year when you're throwing a swim jig and they're still not biting on your swim jig, well, looky here. You got the old spinnerbait blade that still has an eyelet on it, okay? I'm going to use my football head jig as an example. But all you got to do, this is just an example. All you got to do is take that eyelet, put it around there. Now, if you have any spinnerbait trailer hooks that come with the little plastic keepers, slide your keeper around first, then put your blade on, then run your eyelet on, because that keeper will hold it right about there, okay? Or you can put it around the eyelet hole and then punch it through. A little more work. And that's actually the way I would do it if I had time. But a lot of times when you're doing this kind of stuff, you don't think about it, you're in a hurry, you just want to get back out on the water and fish, fish, fish. So, always keep spare parts with you. That's one of the biggest tips I can ever tell you. You never know when you might need something. But, my point was, an example with this football head jig, if this was a swim jig, what are you doing? You're swimming it along, swimming it along. Well, what's this blade doing? On a bright bluebird sky day, it's sitting here spinning, not only making just a very subtle thump, but mostly making a shine, and that reflection and shine in a kind of stained or just a little bit murky water, or even clear water sometimes too, will gain you a reaction strike. So anyhow, guys, that's it for today. Like I said, I will be doing Tackle Tuesday at least once a month. I can't guarantee it every week because I've got too much going on every week to guarantee it every week. But I will start trying to do this once a month. But that's all I've got for today, guys. If you like this kind of video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.